policy implemented by Louis XIV in 1681 to force French Protestants, known as Huguenots, to convert to Roman Catholicism. It involved the billeting of dragoons, which means making the military soldiers move into the houses of the Huguenots who wouldn't convert. So the French Royal Army in Huguenot households, with the soldiers being given implied permission to mistreat the inhabitants and damage or steal their possessions. Soldiers employed as part of this policy were derisively referred to as missionary dragoons. So imagine the church government moving their soldiers, the French soldiers, into your house to terrorize you, steal all your stuff, damage your property, so they can make you convert to Christianity. This is Christianity, and this is what they were doing. This isn't maybe. This is what they did. This is written law, Christian law, written by the church. Everything we just read was written by the church. The persecution of Protestants caused outrage in England and created a wave of literature in protest against the inhumane treatment of Huguenots, thousands of whom fled to England to seek asylum. The Dragonnets caused Protestants to flee France even before the Edict of Fontainebleau of 1685 revoked the religious rights granted to them by the Edict of Nantes. On January 17, 1686, Louis XIV claimed that his policies had caused the Protestant population of France to decline from 800,000 to 900,000 to 1,000 to 1,500. So this is some of what the Christians were doing to the Huguenots. And this isn't all of it. This is just some of it. These are some highlights. But it got worse. They passed what they call the Edict of Fontainebleau in 1685, which is what revoked the Edict of Nantes, which allowed the Huguenots to live in France in peace without being harassed and persecuted. So when they revoked it, this is what would cause the religious persecution to completely go crazy. And this is also when the church, who was again writing all of these laws for the king, and he was rubber stamping every one of them, this is when they wrote what's called the Code Noir in the same year, which is called the Black Codes in English. Code Noir is the French name for the Black Codes. It just means Black Codes in French. And who were the Black Codes written for in 1685? The same people that they were moving their soldiers into their houses, cutting their hair, torturing, locking up, murdering. The Black Huguenots are who were being persecuted. And again, who wrote the Black Codes? And who was the one in charge of implementing the Black Codes into law? The Catholic Church wrote the Black Codes. And King Louis XIV, the Sun King, put them into law. And what did King Louis? Because, see, his name wasn't Louis, okay? They changed his name because they changed the names of everybody. Because King Louis is a made-up so-called white man. But King Louis, who was the actual Bourbon king, see, he's black. He's what today we would call black. The entire Bourbon aristocracy was what today we call black at this time, and their family members, who were the Stuart kings and queens of England, were also what today we call black. This is all the same family. And here's some proof that King Louis was black. If we look at the annual register, or a view of history, politics, and literature for the year 1774, the third edition, we find a passage that states Louis the 15th